Good Sunday morning, everybody. It just beautiful. This is Sunday morning. I'm just coming in. I'm outside, and these are the dogwood trees that are in bloom. Now, these are my neighbor trees. My neighbor's trees. We don't have that many. But that's a not a crepe myrtle, but that is a. I can't think of the name of the tree. But anyway, over here in my yard, I've got a couple of one big white dogwood, and then I've got two pink ones. These trees were planted like 30 years ago, but they are just absolutely gorgeous to look at. Just something to give you hope to know that there's still life and abundant life because the trees are growing. Even look at my crepe myrtle trees. I didn't cut them back this year, y'all, so don't judge me. But anyway, they're in bloom. My neighbor's trees over there, her dogwoods are in bloom. I hope you can hear the birds chirping. Can you hear them burp? I was going to say burping, but can you hear them chirping? Just wanted to say good morning before I get started in the kitchen, but I was on the outside, and I thought, let me just take a video picture of these dogwood trees, because when I pulled up in the driveway, it just made me real excited to know God is still in control. And I mean in little ways, because the birds are just singing like I've never heard them sing. That's what got my attention, just listening to the birds sing. So just take a listen. Well, I'm going to get on in the house in a few minutes and get dinner started. So I hope you're having a God bless Sunday morning. Love you guys. Thank you for always hanging in there with me. And come on in the kitchen now. Hey y'all, I'm back. I'm in the house now, getting ready to get Sunday dinner started. Before I get started, I just want to show you. I went on to the grocery store because I got wind of the fact that we might be on lockdown as far as moving around. The grocery store is open, so I ran to Piggly Wiggly, not Piggly Wiggly, but Food Line, because I needed some veggies and some fruit. So I went ahead and got my fruit and veggies going. So as you can see, I got went ahead and got me a nice green head of cabbage, some asparagus, a head of lettuce. I already had one head, but I got me a new head of lettuce. And over here in this little colander, and all this, by the way, I've washed up everything because I want to make sure it was nice and clean. But I got some apples and some of those multicolored peppers. And over here in the sink, I've washed up all this fruit rather. So yeah, I've got green peppers, oranges, some nice navel oranges. I got grapes, nice plump sweet grapes too. Some tomatoes, bananas, some kiwi fruit, mango, and okay, I already had my apples. And over here in the sink, this is what I'm going to be cooking today. This is kale. I got to get that washed and ready for a pot so I can go ahead and get dinner started. So today I'm going to be just something really simple. I'm going to do some lemon pepper drumsticks, chicken drumsticks. Lemon pepper. I'm going to do them in the oven. I've already got them seasoned and marinating since early this morning, and I'm going to get them in the oven here shortly. And I got to get my kale finished, cleaned up, get those stems out, and I'm just gonna boil, stew some kale with some onions. Of course, I'm gonna do some rice and the chicken, and that's gonna do it for today. Just as long as we had, the essentials. I got my fruit, my veggies, and my starch and my protein. So just something real nice and simple. I don't know. I'm not sure if the youngins is gonna come over or not today, but I'm gonna cook anywho. And of course, y'all see I got my big old supply of water, that big 45 bottle thing of water. I might make a bread pudding because I got a few pieces of bread I need to use up. So y'all stay tuned, and we're gonna get this dinner started. And remember, continue to pray throughout the day. This thing is escalating. We just need to make sure that we're praying for each other, calling people on the phone to see how they're doing. If you can run to the store for them when you're going, check with your friends, and don't y'all know what the Bible says. We need to take care of the widows and the orphans. So if you know anybody that's widowed, that's living alone, give them a call and give them a good word from the Lord, and just let them know that God is still in control and that you love them and that you care enough about them. I'm gonna be making my phone calls as soon as I get my dinner on. So let me just get over here on the stove. I'm gonna get this chicken ready to go in the pan, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm right back here, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and start placing these drumsticks on my this shallow pan because I'm gonna put them in a 400-degree oven and let them bake to a crisp. And then I'll be marinating them with their own juices, which will be a lemon flavored broth that's gonna bake off of these legs. I'm just gonna let them cook and continue to turn them and baste them throughout. I think I got 18 or 20. I'm not sure which. But we're just gonna put them in here, and this process takes about a good hour. So it's not a long drawn process, and it's not a short one. But know this video today is going to be kind of short and sweet because this meal that I'm preparing is a real basic meal, and there's not a lot of tutorial stuff in here. What I did with these drums is not overnight, but early this morning. Sorry, I went ahead and this here is lemon juice. This is lemon juice and lemon pepper seasoning, garlic powder, and I'm just pouring it right back over this chicken. I'm just going to let it bake in its own juices. Put that off to the side and get it cleaned up. Yep. Okay, like I said, I'm going to put this into a 425-degree oven, and it's going to cook for about a good hour. And I'll test them. They're pretty good size drums, but one of the things that I'm going to do, I got my little brush right here. In about 20 minutes, I'll open the oven and I'll go ahead and baste them and make sure they stay nice and moist. And that seasoning will just bake right through them. I kind of speared them just a little bit, but because I had time to let them marinate, hopefully that flavor is going all the way through them. The only salt content in here, I put the Tony Chachere's seasoning on. I put black pepper, I put garlic powder, onion powder, and I put about 1 tablespoon of lemon pepper seasoning. And that's the salt content, because the other seasonings I'm going to allow it to work through them and see how we do, just to cut back on the sodium, because I'm trying to still eat healthy, y'all. So this is going to be a heart healthy meal here today. Oh yes, it is. My family is kind of getting used to the less salt in food and oil. Oh, also I poured some olive oil over in with this mixture here, because that just helps the mixture stick to the chicken better. So like I said, this is going to be one of those short videos today, but it's power packed, and if you try this dish, I know for a fact that you will be well pleased with it. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and place this chicken into my 400-degree oven for an hour, and like I said, in 20-minute intervals, I'm going to be basting to make sure that everything is baked all in. So stick with me. If you haven't started cooking already, you can go ahead and get that chicken out. However many drums you got. You can do this with chicken legs, breast, thighs, whatever. We just happen to like drums because they take a lot of heat. They stay nice and moist, and they are yummy good. This works really well with chicken wings as well. And I've done chicken wings, those honey glazed chicken wings, those honey spice chicken wings. I've done chicken wings twice this week, so it's time for some chicken drums today. And we love chicken, period. So here it goes, and I'll be back in a few minutes because I'm going to go ahead and get these greens ready to go into the pot. Okay, y'all, it's time to get these kale greens going. First, I've got in my pot here, I've got 6 cups of water, a half a cup of olive oil, and I'm going to put in my seasonings now. I'm going to put in one medium onion. So go ahead and cut the onion up. It's going to take this kale about 45 minutes to cook. So all this is going to season my water, and it will. And I'm going to put in some celery. One stalk of celery. Go ahead and get it going in there. And I'm going to start everything out cooking together, so all that flavor will be infused and cooked right into my kale greens. I'm going to put in my some of my Paul Crouton seasoning. Sprinkle about a good tablespoon of that in there. Like I said, I'm going to get as much seasoning as I can into this pot. And I'm going to put in some margarine, which is I'm going to put in the equivalent of 1 stick of butter, but this is like, what am I trying to guess? Smart Start. So this is the equivalent of, okay, Smart Start. This is going to help season. We're going to cut back on sodium. We're cutting back on the sodium, y'all. There's no cholesterol in the Smart Start. There's no saturated animal fat. There's 80 calories per serving, which is 1 tablespoon. This is about, I think, a stick of butter is about, what, 8 tablespoons. 400 milligrams of omega-3s in here. Let's see about the sodium content. We have to always check our sodium. 90 milligrams of sodium per tablespoon, so the sodium is low in there. So we just get this water seasoned up, and toward the end of the cooking time, I'm going to put about 6 strips of turkey bacon, so that'll give us a little bit more of the salt content. So like I said, we're trying to cut back on the salt in these greens. So here we go, y'all. So I'm gonna get that water boiling real good, and then we're gonna get these start putting the greens in. So it's not boiling quite yet. Give it a chance to start boiling, and we'll get the greens in. I want to just taste that, see what it tastes like. Season up pretty good, and like I say, the salt content is going to be minimal because the butter buds. 60 milligrams of salt per teaspoon. So I'm going to put 4 teaspoons. So that's 180. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 4. Count too fast. Okay. We're going to give this a stir. And you know, as people like to put more salt, they can add more salt to this if they like. There's no salt in here, period. So this is just for flavor. What I am going to do, I'm going to put the Adolfo seasoning has salt. Okay. Oh, I forgot my garlic. Yeah, I did. I already put garlic in there. Adolfo seasoning has, let's see, this, I'm saying Adolfo. Adobo seasoning has, how much sodium? Okay. A serving size of this is, so I'm going to put 250 milligrams of sodium in there, which is, well, this is all balled up. Okay. Okay. That's a half a teaspoon, which is 250. And I'm purposely letting, I heard somewhere you can, when you use salt, you can, you know, if you boil it, it boils some of the sodium out. I don't know if that's true or not, but I've heard that. So we're going to let that boil through. And like I said, I'm going to do the still got my chicken in, y'all. That chicken is about ready to come out of the oven here shortly. But what I'm going to go ahead and do now, see that water is starting to boil. So I wanted to make sure that the water is rolling, boiling hot. go ahead and start putting it in. I have a lot of greens. This is like 4 bunches, and I think, let's see, I bought 4 pounds. That's what I did, because I think each bunch was almost a pound, so about 4 bunches. Now you can chop these up more when you get through, when they get done, which is what I'm going to do. Go ahead and cook them whole like they are pretty much now. And of course, I'm going to have to put the lid on them, let them shrink down so I can get them all. This is my big old soup pot, y'all. Sure you recognize that. But anyway, this is just what I'm doing to get these in there. They're going to cook for a good 45 minutes to an hour, and then I'll get them out, and dinner will be just about ready. I'm going to steam some rice, and I'll have some of the broth off of the chicken to go over that rice, and dinner will be served. So y'all hold on just a second. I'll be right back. Okay, y'all, got one more element to add to today's dinner. I'm not sure whether or not I'm going to do cornbread or not, but these kale greens are just about done, y'all. Y'all know I'm watching TV. I had to turn my TV down a little bit. Anyway, so I got some bell pepper, onions, and onions, and some of the multicolored peppers. Got them sauteing, because I'm just going to pour that broth that came off that chicken, that lemon broth. And I put about a half stick of butter in that broth. I'm just going to make like something to go over my rice. And that's going to basically be it, because I told y'all this was going to be a real quick, simple dinner. Took a little while to cook it, but to put it together didn't take a whole lot. I'm telling you, these days, been having a little issue with my back again. So it's less times I can stand on my feet. So this is one of those quick meals, and I'm not even sure if all the kids even coming over here today or not. I know Karan called me earlier, want to know what I was. They always want to know what I'm cooking. So if it's something that tickles their little fancies, they'll be here. So these kale greens are pretty much done, y'all. So I'm gonna get these onions and bell peppers and these multicolored peppers, get them going. Make that, this is gonna be more or less like a gravy for the rice. And oh, I had some leftover macaroni and cheese. That's what I want to tell y'all. So had all that macaroni and cheese. So it's been in the fridge now for a couple of weeks. And if I can, I try to get it out, a month or so. It'll freeze much longer. But I'll sprinkle a little butter buzz on that. Just to give it a little butterier. Have to give it a little something. And I'm going to sprinkle a little black pepper on here. The house is quiet. I'm home alone. Kareem, I don't know where he went out somewhere. But anyway, I think today, for my town, I think today is it. It's going to be on lockdown. After tomorrow, you have to have a reason to be out. So I'm telling you, it's getting real, y'all. All morning I've been listening to the different commentary about what's going on around the country in different cities. The governors, they're still doing input. And my hat's off to those guys, because they are working hard and long. They're getting some amazing things done, and I just say kudos to them. So a little bit of olive oil. Now I don't want that to stick to the pan. But I think, our leadership, for the most part, there's been a few dips here and there, but for the most part, our leadership has been really stepping up to the mic and taking over and getting some things done. And I am, for one, I'm glad, because you know what? I want this crisis to end, and I want it to end well, as I'm sure you do. I've been answering some comments and just say thank you to you all for sharing with me, give me the opportunity to open up some things and share, and just pass on a little bit of wisdom and few experiences. So this is what this time does. So I challenge you all to continue to pray without ceasing. Those of you who know each other, stay in contact with each other. Words of wisdom, of course, and encouragement is always good. So I just encourage that always, whether we got a crisis going on or not. It's always good. Like the Bible says, be good as often as do good as often as possible, and I think that falls right into this category. So, just about got everything going here. These peppers. Okay, I have got. I'm just gonna go ahead. That's my little brush mark there that I'm taking out. That broth is good. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pour my broth on over into the skillet. That's a whole lot of goodness, y'all. I don't think I'm gonna thicken it at all. What I'm gonna do is just let it sort of simmer there for about 15 minutes, and we'll just dip it right over the rice. And it's gonna be darn good. Yum, yum, good, good. So let it turn it up a little bit and let it get boiling. I'm just gonna go ahead and do my reveal now, and got a couple of things that I need to move on to. Let me see if I can get that chicken out. Get that chicken front and center. Got the chicken out the oven, y'all. Okay, there it is. There's the chicken, there's the rice, there's my gravy, and my greens. I'm just gonna let them continue to cook. You know, one thing about the kale greens, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna switch burners because I need you to see this. I'm gonna let that continue cooking because this is where I'm gonna go ahead and chop up some turkey bacon. I got some turkey bacon in there that I want to chop up. But you know what I want? Because I don't like a water pot. I'm going to drain some of this juice off of here right into that bowl. I'm not going to throw it away right now because you never know. You might need it later. I just want to get some of that broth down off of that kale because what I want now, I'm going to go ahead and put in my turkey bacon, and I want the flavor of that bacon to be in those beans, and I don't want it to have to season the juice. I want it to season the greens. So this is 3 slices. Like I said, I'm going to cut up about 4 or 5 slices. So that's 3 slices. Let me get a couple more slices and just cut up in there because I want that flavor. And this will help with our salt content because you know these kale greens, I'm going to tell you what, they are hard to salt. Woo. But we want lots of other flavor going on in there. So we'll just go ahead and stir that. Yeah, I think I probably got enough juice in there, I think. Yeah. Okay. Let's let my gravy, just let it sort of simmer back there because those veggies are going to get nice and soft in there, and I'll probably mash most of them up right into. Okay, so now if you once you taste your greens based on the salt content that I put, you may need to put some more salt. That depends on you, so I'll let you decide what you want to do about that. So this dinner is ready. I may go ahead and do some cornbread, I'm not sure, or we might do some garlic bread or whatever. I'm not sure yet. Or some rolls. I'm just gonna check the freezer and see what I got out there. But anyway, this dinner is done, y'all. It's smelling good. I think it looks pretty good. Let me just switch back over here with my gravy because it needs to really cook. Switch my gravy and my well, let me move. I need to move this out. Not necessarily move it out of the way. Just move it in the background. Turn my heat down. Sort of turn that once you do that gravy. Just sort of turn that heat down to low, and I'm going to cover it here in a second or two. And we're going to be able to sit back, relax, and enjoy this meal here shortly. Just wanted to chime in with y'all. Like I said, this is not a great big old dinner like I normally cook, but it's enough of it, y'all see. And we're going to just continue to pray without ceasing. That's the main thing I came on for. It's just to continue to say to you all, and I know you are praying because you, like me, know that these are praying times, and we need to be praying about everything that's going on, everything that's happening, y'all. So This dinner here is going to be for whoever comes in here this afternoon. I know at least two or three of the kids will be here. Not sure about everybody. In fact, they came last night. So we had hot dogs and chili. I didn't even video it because I didn't realize, it was like one of those little impromptu situations. So, anywho, y'all, this meal is ready. I got the broth, that lemon flavored broth with the veggies in it. Now for the rice, there's my white jasmine rice on the back. There's those lemon pepper drumsticks, and of course that nice fresh kale in the pot there. And we are ready to just, some days how even on Sundays, and I think it's probably because of everything that's going on, how you don't feel like stuffing yourself with a whole lot of food. And this is kind of the way I'm feeling today. I don't feel like a big old heavy meal today. So uh, now this is a huge pot of kale, y'all. Y'all have to know this is a lot of kale. And I'm gonna have a field day with it. I'm gonna cover it and let it simmer with that bacon here in a few minutes. But y'all just remember to continue to pray for each other. Keep uplifting each other. Uplifting the world, because the world, this is a world crisis. This is a love your neighbor type situation. Like go outside, peep your head out the door and wave at your neighbor type situation that we got going on. And I'm sure that for those of us who work and we're in our homes most of the time and don't even see our neighbors, and this is a strange thing. I've been living on my street for 35 years, and some of my neighbors, I don't see them until I go out on the base and I'm in the commissary or sometimes just out and about. Seriously. But that's the way we are. We become that way because we stay so busy doing so many different things. And I think I'm quite a social person. It's just that's just the way it is, y'all. But I think this situation that we got going on now, I think a lot of things is going to change in regard to, how we deal with our neighbors and friends and families. And, um, I think I told somebody on one of the posts last night, use this time as a time to look back at some of those things that we've long forgotten. Some of those things that we have put on the back burner for so long, we forgot they were back there. So this is a good time to go pull that stuff off the back burner and get it moving. Or, might need to go ahead and get rid of it. Who knew? I knew I need to get in my closet and do that. So I think I'm going to brave myself one day next week, y'all. I'm going to try to go in the closet. We're going to try to take a walk through the closet and get some things going out of there. So, love you guys. I always love talking with you and sharing with you. So, what I'm going to do right here and now is I'm going to cut out of here and I'm going to say to you, as I always say, keep those prayers going up so the blessings will continue to come down. And remember to continue to pray without ceasing, or consider reconciliation, and keep praying for each other. And thank y'all so much for praying with and for me, for your compliments and encouragement. Until I cook again now, I love you all so much. Have a blessed day. Love you. Toodaloo.